You're here with explicit critics, and it's finally here. The battle of the century between one character that barely anybody knows because of Superman. That's the only reason he has any notoriety, and Hulk, who's been in like 4 movies now. So I'm already predicting Doomsday wins.
Yeah, probably.
For 2 reasons. Doomsday should probably win, and because it's going to spark more controversy if he does. Hulk is a way more known character, so I feel like giving the underdog to DC, like, is going to have all these Marvel fanboys like, oh, fuck, but Hulk should have won.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, if Doomsday takes the L, who's defending him? That's what I'm saying.
Fanboys are so much worse.
I do agree with that, but who's defending Doomsday? Like, I feel like DC dick riders they're not on his dick.
Okay.
Because they killed his boy, Superman. So they're like, oh, fuck Doomsday.
Nobody likes Superman.
What did you say?
You know what he said.
No, I didn't hear what
fuck
he said.
Superman. What else is he going to say?
What else would I say?
Yeah, so, as I previously said in another video, if Hulk takes his L, I don't really care. But as you can see, I'm a huge Hulk fan. Mooks is kind of a Hulk fan. Do you even care?
I like Hulk.
He can live.
We'll see.
He can live.
Before we get into the episode, I have something very important to tell you. Our new game, Super Rad Ray Gun, just launched on Steam for PC, Mac, and Linux. With over 20 unique levels, 3 modes of play, and tongue-in-cheek story of 1980s politics, it's a whole lot of value for just $9.99. And pick it up by November 15th, and we'll even give you the soundtrack featuring music from Phantom MK and Bubble Pipe Media for free. Click the link in the description after the video and get your copy today.
Pure, unadulterated rage. Usually, in a stressful situation, you want to avoid
so
this
bad.
emotion and try to keep yourself focused.
Unless you're a giant rampaging pile of muscles, like these two,
Dr. Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk.
and Doomsday, the monster who killed Superman. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Within each of us, oft times, there dwells a mighty and raging fury. And this suits no
stole
one better
this shit.
than the mild-mannered
Well, stole
scientist
from their own
Bruce
video.
Banner.
Cause when Bruce gets angry, oh boy, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Dr. Robert Bruce Banner may have grown up with few friends, but what he lacked in popularity, he made up tenfold with his intellect. However, in spite of his gifts, it was never enough to earn the respect and love of his father.
Partly because Bruce was so smart that his alcoholic dad literally thought he was a monster and expressed that to Bruce pretty thoroughly. How much distance do you think you got there, Wiz?
9, 10 feet?
Man, with an arm like that, he could really go places. Like the nut house after he murdered his wife right in front of Bruce.
Aw. Understandably traumatized,
Fucking
Bruce
love that
coped by
thing.
creating an imaginary friend to talk to.
You know, I had an imaginary friend once.
You did? What was his name?
Dad.
Oh. Well, Bruce's friend served as an emotional outlet all the way through his college graduation. However, his advice to Bruce was oftentimes destructive.
So when the U.S. military recruited Bruce to make weapons, it was actually kind of fitting.
Bruce was tasked with developing a gamma bomb, which would use gamma radiation to target enemy weapons and buildings without endangering human lives. At least, that's what Bruce was told.
Surprise, surprise, gamma radiation is actually pretty fucking harmful. And when it came time to test the bomb and some dumb kid decided to play his harmonica right in the test zone, Bruce asked his assistant to stop the countdown and dashed off to save him. But turns out his assistant was a Russian spy who set off the bomb anyway.
On that strange, strange day, Bruce's imaginary friend became a real-life terror as he transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
Really?
Yes, apparently. Ever since, whenever he's angry, Bruce's body and mind morphs into that of the Hulk's, granting him unmeasurable power.
While he loses Bruce's brain power, the Hulk is ridiculously strong. He can leap great distances, survive the harshest environments, and most importantly, smash the crap out of everything with his bare fists.
He also knows a technique known as the thunderclap, which creates a shockwave that can
knows
decompose
the
level
technique.
forests and push back explosions.
It can be learned.
And if you need anything more than that, the Hulk has a healing factor that gives Wolverines a run for his money.
It's better than Wolverine.
He's super strong and super hard to kill. What's not to like?
Well, there's one little detail that kind of ruins the whole experience. Bruce can't really control the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk is his own being, and they both hate each other, vying for dominance over Bruce's body. And yet, Bruce and the Hulk are often reminded how much they depend on each other for survival.
Bruce figured if he was stuck with this big green Goliath forever, he might as well try using it for good, eventually joining the Avengers, Defenders, the Fantastic Four, and even the Illuminati.
Hulk has held up a 150 million ton mountain, escaped Earth's gravitational pull with a single jump.
And one time when a planet's tectonic plates started splitting apart, threatening to shatter the whole world, he just jumped right in there and pulled the planet back together.
The estimated average mass of a single lithospheric plate is nearly 45 quintillion tons, and the Hulk pulled two of these together with nothing but his bare hands.
And he's not just strong and tough, he's more than twice as fast as a fighter jet, which puts him over Mach 5 speeds at least, and he can always go faster if he's pissed off enough.
This is because the Savage Hulk's strength is directly related to his anger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he becomes. In theory, this means his maximum level of strength is potentially infinite. And when he taps into that immeasurable rage to the fullest, he truly lives up to his name of Worldbreaker.
Bigger, stronger, and oozing with gamma radiation, the Worldbreaker Hulk is so powerful, with a single stomp he created earthquakes felt hundreds of miles away. In his battle with Sentry, basically Marvel Superman, they almost destroyed New York. And when battling another Worldbreaker Hulk, a single collision between them obliterated an entire planet.
Even the mutant Darwin's power, which specifically adapts to counter any enemy, decided that the best defense against the Hulk was to be somewhere else.
Holy hell! Who could even stand up to this madness?
Not many, obviously. Typically, Bruce does his best to contain and limit the Hulk's power. In fact, Worldbreaker Hulk is a result of Bruce relinquishing that control entirely. In terms of combat, usually only cosmic beings like Silver Surfer or Zeus have the might to challenge the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like that one time Zeus hit him so hard, it burned out his healing factor.
But even gods sometimes have to learn the hard way. You do not mess with the Incredible Hulk.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that. Puny god.
I hated that voice though. That voice is weak.
What if all you had ever known was hatred and aggression, violence and pain? This life is reality for
YouTube comments, Doomsday, yeah, the Doomsday guy.
Thousands of years ago, on an uninhabitable prehistoric planet which would one day be known as Krypton, a scientist named Bertrand intended to engineer
Huggability level cactus.
Yep, it's another one of those stories, but with one hell of a twist.
See, at this time, Krypton was a harsh wasteland filled with nothing but sharp rocks, poisonous air, and violent predators.
Bertrand believed that if he could create something that could live through that, they could survive just about anywhere.
To realize this theory, Bertrand acquired an infant from somewhere, and through a rapidly accelerated evolution process, attempted to transform him into his dream creation.
Oh, don't try to dance around it, Wiz. Bertrand put that little sucker into a baby cannon, blasted him into the wild to get murdered by any number of things, sucked up what was left of him with a vacuum cleaner, and just cloned a new one out of the mess to do it all over again.
Well, yeah. The idea being each new clone would be stronger than the one before, thus covering millions of years of evolution in just a few decades.
That doesn't sound like science.
No, it doesn't. So after 30 straight years of baby murder, one of the clones finally survived the test. Amazed by his own success, Bertrand named this baby the Ultimate.
the ultimate baby.
But to the rest of the universe, he was their Doomsday.
See, Wiz, reloading as it is, patenting my
Fuck
baby
that, what the
Conan
fuck
was a good
here
idea.
for?
Successful as Bertrand's
And who
experiment
cares?
was,
Anybody
it
can
was
kill
anything but a good idea. Turns out, while Doomsday usually appears to be a mindless beast, he remembered every single
'cause they
time
wail.
Bertrand had been killed.
Well, fuck that.
As
You're
a
fine.
result, Doomsday had been unintentionally programmed at a genetic level to hate everything that lives.
Bummer. Needless to say, Bertrand was pretty screwed.
Because even with 30 years of development, Bertrand had never quite figured out what to do if his experiment actually worked. Because Bertrand is the worst.
I mean, he did do what he set out to do. He made an 8'10" monster that doesn't need to eat, breathe, or have internal organs to live. It just kills and kills and kills some more.
Doomsday possesses enormous strength, incredible durability, and poisonous spikes which can extend. But due to Bertrand's experiments, Doomsday's greatest power of all is his ability to adapt to his opponent's powers.
After taking his sweet revenge, Doomsday stowed away on a supply ship and ravaged dozens of planets until he finally found himself on Earth.
On that day, Doomsday did the unthinkable. On that day, Doomsday killed Superman.
Yay.
Well, kind of. He actually put him into a super sleep. After several days, he kind of woke up more powerful.
Yeah, we all know Wiz. At least Supes took Doomsday down with him. Or maybe not. Turns out, whenever Doomsday dies, he just comes back to life, forever immune to whatever killed him in the first place.
Can't be made the same way twice.
He's been punched to death by Superman, blasted apart by the Radiant's energy, brutally ripped in half, incinerated by Imperiex, and just curb stomped by a Kryptonian horde.
Practically invulnerable at this point, Doomsday's taken on Darkseid, tanking his Omega Age and beating him to near death. He single-handedly defeated most of the Justice League and took on an energy attack that wiped out a fifth of a planet.
He's punched through the Phantom Zone, battled super beings called dogs for a century, and even broken Wonder Woman's arms. Arms strong enough to help pull the Earth.
And during his rematch with the Man of Steel, after witnessing Doomsday survive an explosion equivalent to 1 million nukes, Superman realized that the only way to stop him was to send him to the end of time.
And his
like,
most
"Oh, what's the
powerful
highest number I can
Doomsday's
get?"
mere presence can boil the ocean and disintegrate buildings. A casual stroll across Africa made wildebeest an endangered species just
Oh,
by walking
no.
around. But what he's got in strength, he
You're in danger.
really lacks in brains.
Not that he's dumb, he just literally lacks a brain. More often than not, Doomsday is little more than a one-track mind-killing machine. This makes his intentions predictable, and a clever opponent could use this to, say, lead him into a trap. And should that foe come up with a new way to hurt Doomsday, he could be killed.
Still, that's gonna be pretty goddamn hard to do.
Yes.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
The way they played up
But
Hulk
first, Wiz won't
makes me
stop
think
talking
I'm right
about this
even
thing,
more.
So he wants to tell you about it.
As a man of science, I analyze everything from the car I drive to the razor that shaves my face. I only use a razor I've scientifically proven to be of both quality and value. I use Harry's. Thanks to their factory in Germany, Harry's.
It's time for a death battle!
Because they don't want to skip into the battle, so that's the perfect place to put it.
Are you sponsored by Oregon? Dope.
Looks like
Wasn't that a fantastic role in there?
looks like Marvel vs. Capcom Hulk.
Yeah, I would have fucked everything already. Fantastic. the air combo.
Some whack ass music, I can tell you that.
The magnet?
Yeah, that's what I was at. He didn't dig no claws into it or nothing. Yeah, that shit was coming.
Taunt.
They obviously went with Dumb Hulk.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work his way up the board. Ain't that much.
I don't think so because
Ooh, make the fist. Yeah.
Hulk had you.
Yeah, don't worry.
Hulk hates spiky bear.
Gotta kill him with sound.
why is it still reverberating?
He's holding it.
What? Doesn't even make sense. He would have already been healed.
Yeah.
But, alright.
You break buildings good. But Hulk,
Alright, level up, bitch. Oh, this is smooth transition.
Super Saiyan Hulk.
Actually, he just went straight to fire.
Is Wolverine now?
Making this shit, I mean. That's too smart for Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Doomsday got hands.
Just like that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
With the Hulk's immeasurable power and Doomsday's impossible immortality, this truly felt like a fight between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Hulk may have had the advantage in raw strength, at least at his full potential, but Doomsday could certainly hold his ground. His victories against the likes of Superman and Darkseid prove he can take a hit from someone strong enough to break planets.
And by experience, Doomsday had the speed advantage. He regularly fights foes with light speed capabilities, while that kind of
didn't
speed
scale to
is
other
an extreme
people.
rarity in the
doesn't.
Marvel Universe. In fact, the only foe that fast who Hulk's ever seen to keep pace with in a one-on-one match was Sentry, and that was when he was at his most powerful stage,
Well,
World
he
Record.
took
So overall,
With,
Hulk had
Quicksilver,
strength
too.
and Doomsday had speed, but neither completely outclassed the other. At first glance, this one looked like it could go either way.
Which means the devil's in the very tiny details.
So why couldn't the Hulk's infinite strength just keep rising and eventually overwhelm Doomsday?
Well, even assuming Hulk's strength was infinite, his healing factor was not. Don't get me wrong, it can only be overtaxed by hits from absurdly powerful beings such as Zeus or Sentry, whom Doomsday certainly compares.
Naturally, Doomsday's crazy strength and speed started wearing that healing factor down.
Here's where it gets a bit tricky. The Hulk may look like a giant green monster, but he's still technically human, and his power directly correlates with his anger. A human being's anger stems from an increase in hormones and adrenaline in the body. However, the brain can only produce these chemicals at such a rate for a limited time, eventually giving up and turning apathetic. Therefore, Hulk's limitless power could never have existed without his healing factor. It's the key. It allowed his body to continue producing hormones and adrenaline far beyond the norm, theoretically an endless supply, thus increasing his superhuman power to an immeasurable degree. So, Doomsday overtaxing his healing factor meant the Hulk could no longer maintain his increasing rage and Hulk form.
And if you're still skeptical, that's why there's a bunch of times in comics
If
when a
dude
huge
with no
impact
brain
will
outsmarted the
turn
one with
back
the
into
brain?
Bruce Banner, including that battle between Worldbreaker Hulk and Sentry. With his healing power beaten down, he literally couldn't keep himself angry enough to stay in Hulk mode.
I love science, but there's still one more thing. Thanks to his battles with Superman and other Kryptonians, Doomsday has evolved to a point where it's basically impossible to kill him with brute force alone.
So Hulk couldn't have killed him by just getting angry enough to punch harder than Doomsday ever felt.
Precisely. Here's the proof. Superman and Doomsday eventually had a rematch, in which Superman was much more powerful than their first battle. As we discussed before, Superman's power is also potentially limitless by way of continually absorbing solar energy. And at this point in his story, he'd begun to discover that.
But try as he might, despite his increased power, Supes couldn't kill Doomsday with blunt force a second time.
Ultimately, Doomsday's immunity to being ripped, impaled, incinerated, blasted with energy, and being beaten by blunt force from both focused and multiple sources means Hulk just didn't have the options available to take Doomsday out before his healing factor was overtaxed.
On this day, Hulk met his doom. Doomsday!
The winner is Doomsday.
So they use Doomsday's most powerful form and not
Next
Hulk's.
time on Death Battle.
They talked about Worldbreaker and
Ooh,
didn't
oh, no,
use
Zoro-
Worldbreaker.
Ah!
See, fuck out of here. Who gives a fuck? But I will say this. I told you before, like, if they're gonna, I think Doomsday should have won, but if they're gonna have Hulk lose because they didn't give him his real powers, then that's pretty whack. Because Worldbreaker Hulk was smart. So
Yeah,
they gave the dumbest Hulk, well, not the dumbest Hulk, but the regular Savage Hulk with no brains got beat by a person with no brain. They said it in the video.
They also used the one, like, where Bruce Banner, like, had, like, that deal with Hulk. Not he was Hulk, like, the whole time.
Where it's even worse because they're, like,
Yeah.
fighting and they can't...
Yeah, and they were, like, who basically his control of this actual body.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Banner was just like, fuck it, like, I'll just have the mind within you. And then...
So,
And how are you immune to being ripped in half?
Yeah, and then it's like
you
he's only
can
going to be immune to a certain
point.
amount of strength.
Yeah.
Because then that you have to keep going past that strength to beat him. But I mean, that's fine.
Who cares?
I mean, eventually,
Hulk
if he
took
kept,
the L, like I said.
if he kept battling the Hulk, the Hulk would lose.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say
he died. He
without
definitely
even
died
one
this
death.
once.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, like I feel like that other video they showed was a lot better.
Well, in that other video said, like, just because he's went up against people like Superman and Darkseid doesn't mean it's scaling to another person, which makes sense.
Which is why, like, he lost because he faced Superman first and then went to Doomsday and all them. But
why couldn't he use it like on the Incredibles? Use him against himself.
What?
Like when he
Doomsday versus Doomsday?
No.
Oh,
I'm saying like he destructs him with his own shit.
well, that was different.
Like,
Incredibles. He had like the trick.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like those shits wouldn't that be able to penetrate him?
Oh, like
Oh,
Hulk
I see
did
what you're saying.
with Hulk did with Abomination. Didn't he take out his
Yeah.
shit and stab Abomination?
Yeah.
Or no, he raped. I think Abomination stabbed Hulk with it.
And then Hulk took it out? And
Yeah,
stabbed him.
that's what it was. Whatever. I know all these DC fanboys. Yes, finally.
And he just said the fool doesn't even have a brain.
Yeah.
And then that's.
And then he did some smart shit.
See, I do wish they would have done Worldbreaker though, because, like you said, it wasn't Bruce Banner in control, but he still had this, like, the intelligence of Bruce Banner. And Bruce Banner's like the, I don't know, I think he's in the top 5.
Yeah, he's the top
smartest people. And Doomsday, having no brain, he couldn't even. Whatever. I do like how Death Battle like tries to bring in facts, but I felt like this one they just had in their mind like, let's make Doomsday win, and whatever things we can get to justify that win, we'll put it in the video. Cool.
Who's smarter than Bruce?
Your mom's.
I think Mr. Fantastic is smarter
Mr.
than.
Fantastic. Black Panthers.
I think Black Panther's the third.
Tony Stark, of course. Amadeus Cho.
That's
I haven't looked at the
I think
reviews,
Mr. Fantastic is the
he might be the
smartest.
smartest.
Is the smartest?
I think there's
Victor
one
Von
guy.
Doom is up there. Who else?
Is Hank smarter than Bruce?
Hank Pym?
Yeah.
I don't think he's smarter than
He's
Bruce.
not. From what I remember, Hank wasn't even top 5.
But
I mean,
he is
top
super smart.
10.
He is super smart though.
Not even top 10?
Oh, Hank Pym. I was thinking Hank McCoy.
God damn it, Beast.
No, he's smart though.
He's
He's smart.
not on Hank Pym's level?
No, he's not.
No, but I didn't think you were talking. I thought you were thinking Hank McCoy.
I don't know. I have to
Hank
bring
Pym
up the
is
list
pretty
again.
up there. But I know it changes though.
Yeah. All right. We'll get you with some more death battles pretty soon. Let us know what you thought of it in the comments.
I like these death battles.
Yeah, they're good.
I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, I will say that even though Hulk's my favorite character, I just thought that one was kind of like it was predetermined who was going to win.
Only because
That's just how I felt.
they even put all the factors in there.
Yeah, and then they disregarded them.
They disregarded some of them. So I thought they would have them at their fullest potential, and then
Well, they did have Doomsday at his full potential.
obviously.
We'll take retard mode Hulk and put him against Doomsday.
And then have retard Doomsday beat him.
Yeah,
why
With smarts. Like,
Doomsday had better like fucking animation skins and everything, and they gave Hulk that fucking.
and Hulk was getting his ass beat. Like, Hulk really didn't do shit to Doomsday in that fight.
No.
He can do Gamma Tsunami.
All he really got him with is the fucking metal boxing gloves.
Yeah.
He went down there, hit him once, and then Doomsday was back up whipping his ass. Did you like it for not knowing anything about the characters?
Yeah, but I feel like it was weird.
It was just weird.
It was because the other one that we saw, I was thinking a lot of well, obviously they would repeat facts, but I'm just saying, watching it, it looked kind of trash on Hulk's part. Yeah.
I'll agree.
Hulk didn't do shit. Why the fuck did he hold his thunderclap so long?
That wouldn't do shit. Once the initial thing happens, nothing's
That's
happening
what it
after
is
that.
for. It's like
Yeah.
a stun move, and then it'll fuck him up.
And it didn't even move Doomsday. It just hurt his ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turned into.
It
So
fucked up
no
the building.
force. No force.
But it fucked up the building, but didn't do shit to Doomsday. It fucked up his ears for like 2 seconds. Then he was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then let's go smack Hulk.
Can't see now.
Oh, it's fucking up his ears. I'll hold it. Okay. Oh, he's walking here.
Yo, see, that's what I thought. I thought maybe they froze time, like showing the impact, but then Doomsday's walking during it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
what
then,
the
and then he
fuck?
just kept holding it. Like, I see you coming, but I'm gonna hold it anyway.
You got that Dr. Strange shit going on.
Like, this is really the dumbest Hulk they could have showed. Like,
You know what? I think there's a dumber Hulk where he's like an ape and Bruce Banner rides on the back of him and Bruce Banner has to like tell him what to do or some shit.
That wasn't like actual.
Yeah, it was like an alternate
Yeah, that
universe.
was weird. And stupid.
he rides on his
Yeah,
back.
he's like a green ape
It was.
and he rides on his back
It
and
was
like
weird.
yeah, he has like no brain.
Oh, was it when they separated?
Yeah.
They separated entities.
Yeah.
And then
I've seen that.
No,
somewhere.
but they separated entities.
they separated in the movie. Hulk versus.
No,
Hulk versus.
Yeah. Where Loki takes him out. Or
Yeah.
no, Enchantress takes him out. Yeah. Alright, Explicit Critics, we'll catch you next time. And check out that Cartoon Fight Club, same battle. It was a different outcome.
That's just
Spoilers.
How the fuck are you gonna tell me Havoc is introducing Scott Summers to the fucking X-Men? Oh, they're not even They're not even X-Men in this movie. It's like a first. Yeah.
It's like, oh, the X-Men were dead, but we're gonna bring them back.
And Mystique can catch a dick. She did not. Yo, this gay motherfucker. Oh my god! Look at the dick. Yo. I haven't seen it. So, has anyone on the couch seen it? I have. Madam has.
And I liked it.
Anyway,
Why do you like it?
because oh my god,
So nice.
got a nice sample, nice beat, fucking.
It's well lyrical, it's really nice. The flow just matches.
It fits his voice.
And it's a really good like message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And that's what fit even better with the
the sample.